Hello, my name's Paul. I'm a shareholder of P&S Design Concrete. Now, my company has the job of making a repair here at this Red Wings Lodge. Here at the entranceway, we have a strip of asphalt here, and we have a strip of block paving over here. Now, as you see, we have a little dip right here. When it rains real hard, this actually fills up with water up to here. And so that's a little inconvenient for the clients that come here every day, or especially when it rains, I should say. And also, as you see, there's a little dip right here. And actually, the other day, a client actually stumbled here. So we're going to repair this here, and we're going to put a beautiful strip of stenciled concrete here, in this area here. And so you, as our potential client, will be able to see exactly how concrete is stenciled. And also, we're going to make a concrete cut all the way along here, so that this will be perfectly level. Our concrete then will be perfectly level with the asphalt, and all the water will drain out into the asphalt. So that's what we're going to do now.
As you can see now, we've cut the tarmac, so we now have a straight 4-inch edge to pour our concrete up against. The old block paving has already been taken out, and now we're using the plate tamper to make sure everything is compacted before the concrete is poured. Here we are able to use the existing hardcore as a base material, saving us from bringing in ballast or stone to pour over. Also, I just might mention that with concrete, there is a lesser need of the depth of compacted base material, as is the case in block paving. That is because with concrete, you have like a pad effect, and the weight of a tire is spread over a far larger area.
Now, after we got this poured, we lay our stencil down. That's how we lay the stencil down, the border piece. As you can see there, we put a little rolled curb over on that side because the dirt is higher than our concrete. And we can put a 20 centimeter curb there if we have to, or even more than a 20, as high as a 30 centimeter curb there if need be, to hold the dirt in. A monolithic curb right into our concrete. I think I'm just going to work that a little bit yet before we put the border in there.
Det skrovskvallade.
Okay, you guys put the
Water?
rope down. All right, now that I got that finished off a little bit, they're going to install that border along the curb side. Now we apply the stencil in the middle. So after this, then we roll the stencils down so that they embed into the concrete just a little bit. Okay, now that we got our stencils down, now we're ready to put a dry shake-on color hardener on.
Here we are putting on 3 different colors because that's what the owner chose. We're putting on red, yellow, and blue. And you, as our potential client, can put on any color you want. You can put on as high as 6 different colors or only 1 color. It just depends on you as our client. And the border doesn't have to be a different color. The border can be of the same color. Some people think that this perhaps looks too busy, but then other people like it that way. Now, finally, after the concrete has been finished with a non-slip texture, in the morning then, the next day, we take out the stencils. So that's what we're doing now. So there is the finished product. Well, I should say almost finished, because it yet remains for us to apply a concrete sealer and to saw cut it later on, which I'll explain why it needs to be saw cut. The sealer prevents the concrete from getting stained, for example by the spilling of coffee or oil and such things. Bear in mind now that we can do any size area as well as many different designs and colors of your choice. Here, as you see, we stenciled in a bird, a red bird, to correspond with the logo of the hotel. And also, as you see there, we stenciled in a welcome sign. So you can also do that. We can stencil in your name as our client, or any logo that you would want. Now, someone may ask, how durable is concrete that is stenciled? Well, my answer to that is that it is very durable. And the colors we use are UV stable or resistant. I have heard say that concrete, if of high quality and finished the correct way, will keep on hardening for 100 years after it is poured. So that gives you an idea of just how resistant concrete is, but that is only if it is of high quality. And that's all we do, is high quality. I don't piddle around with concrete of low quality. I use C40, if that means anything to you. And there's very few people, if anyone who uses C40 for this kind of work. But I use C40 because I know that is high quality, and I want to be assured that when we leave your place as our client, you will have in your place kind of like a monument, a remembrance of our quality work. And also, when I go by your place years later, I can say to my friends and other clients, look, This is the work we did so many years ago, if that's the case. So you can be assured if you hire us to do your work, we will do our best to give you a very high quality job, one that you will be able to be proud of yourself and tell your neighbors about it and recommend us to do their work. This kind of work is not something that you can learn in just a few years. Concrete, the working of concrete, well, concrete itself has many different characteristics. When it's hot, it works one way. When the weather is hot, when it's cold or cool, it works another way. And so there's many, many different things a person has to learn in order to do quality work. I can tell just when the concrete comes from the ready-mix plant, if whether it's of good quality. I can tell by the way it smells, for example. So there's many things you have to learn. You can't learn just by going to school and expect to learn in a few days and then go out and do concrete work. And I've been doing this kind of work now for over 40 years. In fact, from my youth, working alongside my father, I learned the basics of the concrete flat work. So anyhow, that just tells you a little bit about us. I don't want to brag, I just want to tell you the truth. And of course, as my wife says, sometimes the monkey falls out of the tree also. And that has happened to us. I don't say that it can't happen. But if it does happen, in other words, if we make a mistake, and if it's it doesn't hold up, I will come back and I will take out your concrete and we will redo it. I've done that quite a few times. Something unexpected happened and I came back and we took out all the concrete and we redid it, because that's to me is very important to gain customers. And not only that, but that's what the customer is expecting, a high quality job, and my conscience wouldn't allow me to just go and leave it. So anyhow, so much for that. Here now you see us cutting the concrete, and the reason for that is that concrete is a little like steel. In other words, it expands and contracts according to the temperature. In the daytime, when it warms, the slab will expand, and at nighttime, when the slab cools, it then contracts. So if we don't cut the slab, it will come under stress and crack at random. You see, a slab of concrete, in this case, is like a chain with 10 links. When the chain comes under stress, for example, it will only crack at its weakest point. Well, this is the exact case for a slab of concrete, and this is the reason we cut it. We only cut the slab about a quarter of the way through to make it weak at that point, and we expect the slab then to crack underneath where we've cut it to make the crack invisible. Sometimes the client will ask me, "Paul, do you guarantee that the concrete will not crack?" Do you know what I tell them then? I tell them, no, we don't guarantee that the concrete doesn't crack. We guarantee that it will crack. But we control as to where the concrete cracks. In my lifetime, I've learned from hands-on experience pretty much as to where the weak points are in a slab of concrete. And we always try to then cut it at those weak points. And again, that's not something you learn in a year or two. My wife says, "Hey Paul, why don't you make a teaching video?" Then on the other hand, she says, "Hey, don't tell the people all our secrets of how to stencil concrete." But then I say, "Hey, let them try. In my lifetime, I've taken out and redone much concrete that was botched by do-it-yourselfers or by fly-by-night companies. So finally, in closing, this is Paul saying that if my company can do you a service, don't be piddly-diddly-daddling around. Just call us. Call us at 07476 021 209, and we'll do our best to make you one of our happy concrete stenciling customers. Perhaps we'll see you soon. Goodbye now.